Gordon Reed, this is the Havaseas on 1-1.
I see you turned around, you're headed northbound again. You going back to low?
Yes, Roger, we got a...
It's a gorgeous night. Could be kind of sad to leave here, but we need to work our way down to Queen Charlotte Sound, though the weather forecast isn't looking so good for us crossing once we get there. Just trying to enjoy the trip as we go along. We had a very good meal up there at Breaker's Pub. Of course, we had poutine. Well, we're leaving Prince Rupert. Imagine that, it's dark. So hopefully we don't run into any crab pots. We didn't see any coming in, so I think we're okay. Had a lovely day in Prince Rupert. The downside will be that right now, with the weather shows, once we get down to Queen Charlotte Sound, we're gonna be stuck there at least a week waiting out a storm. Our first segment of the journey will be leaving Prince Rupert here, and we'll be going through the inside channels until we get to Millbank Sound, which is the circle down there. It will take us about 3 days. We are leaving today, Wednesday, and as you can see, we've got blue, and so it looks like it's good as far as wind all the way till tomorrow. Tomorrow we're going to be down by Hartley Bay, and it's green, so it's going to be up to 20 knots. So that's a concern, but we think we can handle it. Our concerns for timing is right here. It's Millbank Sound, and it's an open sound. And right here is a dock, a shearwater dock, and if there's a storm, that would be a safe place for us to be. So we know that we can't get to Millbank Sound till Saturday, and the weather shows that it's going to be 15 to 20 knot winds as of now. But the weather's been changing daily, and it looks like it's getting worse. So we are concerned, because if we cannot cross Millbank Sound, the only docks that we are aware of that we can stay at are on the other side, and there's an upcoming storm. So we are concerned about being stuck on the other side of the sound with the docks here and this kind of weather coming in. I'm hoping the weather changes. Eric's really hoping the weather changes. Our weak spot will be water. The water supply at the docks is often turned off in winter. We last filled up in Ketchikan, and we'll be baking water because we don't want, like I said, that's our weak spot. We can easily make it a week. I'm sure we can make it much longer, but we do like to use our water. I missed the weather forecast. What did it say?
Relatively calm this morning. Started to get some outflow winds this evening. So 20 to 30 knot outflows.
Outflows. Didn't we just have an experience with outflows that wasn't exactly fun?
Canal is, once we get through this open area out here in south of Prince Rupert, we should be fine. Then the next thing about the outflow is Duncan Channel.
Okay. Another beautiful sunrise. About to turn left into the Grenville Channel. That's the Grenville Channel, so that's where we're headed. Still just a gorgeous day. Eric is down changing the filter on the water maker. Make sure we are producing as much water as we can.
The storm warning has been issued for 6 directions east, and the gale warning issued for Queen Charlotte Street in Valley northern half. Storm warning still in effect for Central Coast, McGinnis Island, Pine Island, and Douglas Channel. Details now available in the continuous marine broadcast. Prince Rupert traffic out.
It is Wednesday, November 16th. We are doing pretty good today. It's been a calm, really nice day. Eric's down there doing an engine check. We have had an awesome day. The weather's been great. It's cold outside, but it's not raining. It's beautiful. We think we were about 3 hours from Low Inlet. It's only 1 o'clock p.m., so that gets us in still in daylight. That makes us happy. We think we haven't figured out where we're going to go tomorrow. We think we're going to try to make it down to Buttedale. So we'll see if that works out. The only thing that really concerns me is Queen Charlotte Sound at this point. I'm sure that there's something else that will come up that will just surprise me that I know would say, oh yeah, I should have been concerned about that too. It's beautiful. In fact, I'm wondering if it's not nicer than it is in summer when it's raining. The mountains. That's where we're coming from. We are coming into Low Inlet. It should be a fairly easy anchorage. If you're interested in more detail about it, we came into this inlet on our way up to Alaska last spring, and we gave some more details about it there. We had two places where we could anchor. We could anchor here, or we could go into Nettle Basin where we've anchored previously. Because the weather seemed so nice, Eric decided on Nettle Basin since that's what he was used to. The anchorage was beautiful, but we didn't get to enjoy it for long because it got dark fast. I was doing this in the crock pot, but I didn't heat it up in time while we were still running, so now I'm on the propane stovetop. But we should have a good soup tonight. We had tomato basil parmesan soup with some leftover biscuits. Not bad. My post that night was, I'm happy to report that today was like cruising early spring. Calm seas, beautiful scenery, and no precipitation. We're safely anchored in Nettle Bay for the night. Tomorrow's destination's Buttedale, since it's the perfect distance. Updated, we may have to stay an extra day due to strong winds and gusts coming down Douglas Channel. We will see. Look at how nice and pretty it is this morning. You would never know we're getting these huge gusts of wind, which is how we ended up at this anchorage. It wasn't blowing, so we thought, heck, we'll come to this anchorage because we know it. And then we started getting these huge gusts of wind, which would have made it better if we were back in the inner low area. Here you can see how far we were just all over the place at times. But we held tight. It's a good bottom. We got up and checked the weather, and as you can see here, it's 28 knots where we're going at 9 o'clock in the morning. And here you can see those outflows coming down Douglas Channel at 30, 35 knots. For the record, we have also confirmed this weather forecast with the Canadian weather, so we aren't just going off of windy. We're leaving Nettle Basin, and that's where we should have been anchored last night, and we actually went there and thought about it, but we hadn't anchored there before, and the wind wasn't blowing, so we decided to anchor all the way up in Nettle Basin. This is where we should have been anchored. The Coast Guard, Canadian Coast Guard, knew what to do, so next time we'll probably anchor here. It was interesting, they didn't have AIS on. Well, the decision is to head out, so here we go. Cross your fingers. It looks nice right now. Let's just hope that it's calm before we get down by the Douglas Channel. It's gonna be a couple hours before we can get there. Look at how pretty it is. You would never know that these 30 to 50 knot gusts of winds are forecasted. It's just beautiful. And this is where we came from yesterday. And the sun has come out. We are now driving with sunglasses. Isn't that sun nice?
Yeah, if it were cloudy though, that would be less wind, I think.
Here we are. We're getting little whirlpools, otherwise known as willowaws.
These are tough issues, but they're fixed. City leaders will move on. Time pass.
Switch and answer, please. Channel 11, 11.
Roger, 1-1. Gordon Reed, this is the Havaseas on 1-1.
Havaseas, Gordon Reed, good morning. I see you turned around, you're headed northbound again. You going back to low?
Yes, Roger, we got a 40 knot gust that kind of tipped us there, so we decided we're going to sit out this weather today.
Yeah, I understand. That makes good sense. And they did extend those strong outflows, so just passing arrangements with you. We'd like to see you port to port. If you can come to starboard, we'll see you port to port and watch for your alteration there, okay?
Roger, port to port. I'm going to alter my course more to starboard.
Okay, standing by 111682.
Havaseas on 11 and 16.
Do you feel safe in there? Yeah, is that a good spot to be? Just think we'll get to hang out all day and eat. Right about now, we wish that was our boat. We love our boat. Our boat's awesome. But they are a search and rescue Coast Guard. They're hoping that they won't see us again. Well, I don't think they'd mind seeing us. I just don't think they want to have to come find us. We were advised by the Coast Guard that the upcoming storm was almost hurricane level. If this looks familiar to you, it should. We just left here 2 hours ago. Almost got pushed over sideways by 40 knot winds hitting our side. Decided that it was only going to get worse, and we're coming back. This is the end of our traveling today. We are back in Low Inlet. This time we are where the Coast Guard ship was anchored, so that hopefully we get a little more sleep. Had to turn around. The gale warnings were correct. Decided that we weren't going to risk it, and we are going to slow down. So we've lost the day because we couldn't get through Douglas Channel, and now we have to decide whether or not we're going to be able to get through Millbrook Sound before the storm comes in. And it looks like the storm's coming in full force on Wednesday. We might make it, but we're not sure. The weather just keeps changing daily. My post tonight was, it's a short day today. We knew there were gusts of 30 to 50 knots, but we thought we would give it a try. After a good 40 knot gust to the side of the Havaseas before even getting close to Douglas Channel, we turned around. We're back in Low Inlet for the day-night. We'll try again tomorrow. We're up taking a detailed look at Millbank Sound, and it doesn't look that great. Sunday, we've got 15-20 knot winds, and Monday it increases to about 25. We've got the storm coming in Wednesday. We can probably make it. There's Eric bringing up the anchor with Anchor Wash. We've had a lot of conversations over last night and again this morning. We think we can make it to Shearwater before this huge storm comes in. We think. If we get to Millbank Sound and decide that we can't cross it, we probably can. But if we do, You have to realize that the weather forecast has been changing daily. So although it says that we can do it today, in 2 days from now, it may not say that. We are going to take the sure route, not the maybe route. We like Prince Rupert. We have good electricity at the Prince Rupert Rowing and Yacht Club. It will be an enjoyable week as we wait for the storm to go. We know that this could possibly make it so that we don't find a weather window to make it this winter. But we've decided if that happens, we'll just find a different plan. So back we go to Prince Rupert. We are coming into Prince Rupert. It's a beautiful day. I wanted to stay in Alaska for the winter. Eric did not. But Eric has to take care of the boat. I don't. Now that we've tried to go south, we think we still can. We still might. But we're also taking a really good hard look at, well, why did we want to leave Alaska to begin with? Now that we're coming back to Prince Rupert, we intentionally did that to reset. We want to go through our decision-making process to decide whether we really do want to go south or whether we'd rather winter in Alaska as we originally planned. We've given ourselves this week to make up that decision, so we still don't know. Are we going to head north or are we going to head south? Stay tuned. Next episode we'll show you which direction we go. We are back in Prince Rupert, trying to decide, do we go north or do we go south? Click like and subscribe and join us on the next part of our journey.
Havaseas you next time.